Good morning, YouTube. How are you all doing? I am getting myself set up this morning and I'm about to go live on Instagram and I'm here. All right, so let's get it going. Ah, hello. Hi, everyone. How are you all doing? I am here. Yesterday, I wasn't able to be on YouTube because they're not allowing me to use because I'm working out the technology. So I'm really learning right now. Like I have two cameras going. This feels weird, but it is what it is. Jupiter day, and Jupiter is the planet that governs Thursday. And Jupiter is currently at the 23rd degree of Aquarius. And Jupiter in Aquarius is about really coming into our authentic abundance. And let me just say, and the moon today is also in Aquarius, and we are in a first quarter phase of the moon. So when I woke up this morning, I don't know if you guys check in with yourselves when you wake up, or do you pick up your phone automatically, or do you just start rolling around? What is it that you do? Greetings, hey Zakia. What is it that you do first thing in the morning? So for me, when I wake up in the morning, let me say first of all, I have been sleeping in front of my altar for like the last 4 years. For 4 years, I have been sleeping in front of the altar because it has been my deep intention to come into my own purpose and my own fulfillment of the energy that I was given to fulfill here on this planet at this time. And so 4 years ago, I really got committed and I was a part of a community and we were doing ritual work and I just have been present to my altar for 4 years. Now I will say right now I'm ready to I'm like, okay, altar, ancestors, spirit guides, I'm ready to go back to my bedroom. I'm ready to go. But I'm holding the space to move because my son and I moved into the apartment that I live in when he was 2. And for years, we slept in the same bed. It's a one bedroom apartment, a great one bedroom apartment, but a one bedroom apartment nonetheless. And for years, I slept in the same bed with my son. Like when he was an infant, we slept in bed together and he nursed all night. When I wanted to, he nursed until he was 3.5 years old. And then when I wanted to stop nursing him, I actually had to send him to stay with a cousin for 3 nights so that he didn't have anywhere to turn to looking for the breast. So that's how I weaned him because we slept together forever. And I grew up in a household like that too, where I lived with my grandmother and I slept with her daughter until her daughter went to college, which was probably when I was like 10 or so, right? So, like, that was just the way it was, like sleeping together. And I know that's not the Western way, but it's something that created connection and community and family. And it's just really served me. So, I have been sleeping in front of my altar for 4 years. I'm ready to stop sleeping in front of my altar. I feel like I have gotten myself where I'm ready to be. And the point of this conversation was, what do you do when you wake up in the morning? Do you check in with yourself? Are you asking yourself, what's going on with me? Or are you looking at your phone? What are you doing? And it doesn't matter. There's no right or wrong way. But this morning I woke up and I was like, huh. And I noticed my energy felt a little disconnected. And so I was like, damn it, the moon is in Aquarius. The Aquarius is my least favorite energy. It is my least desirable energetic to function in. And it's because I have a Pisces rising and I'm a Virgo and um, the Gemini, all of my energies are very social, very, blended in and intercepting with other energies. And Aquarius is just none of that. The Aquarians are not having any of that. And it's such an interesting thing because I feel like my son, he's an Aquarius and he's very cut and dry. No, why? Like he can come into my apartment. And if there's somebody here, he'll say directly, what are you here for? Like no softness, no, like Aquarius can be very direct, very it just doesn't often add any flowery stuff. And so the energy for me, it feels a little bit it feels detached. I feel isolated and alone. And so when I woke up this morning and checked in, I was like, oh, the moon is in Aquarius. But we're also in our first quarter phase. So the first quarter phase of the moon in Aquarius, the first quarter phase is when the sun and the moon are in a square with one another. And squares mean that they're in a hard angle and you have to make a new choice. It's a fork in the road, right? So we have a last quarter phase and we have a first quarter phase. And the first quarter phase is the moon is when the moon is growing towards the full moon. It's halfway there. So we have 1 week before the full moon in Taurus, which is going to be an eclipse as well, at the 27th degree. So we're 1 week there. And so the thing to be doing is paying attention to your life, paying attention to what's going on in your life. What has your attention? Where are you focused? What new things are coming up, right? Because we're in the age of Aquarius, so we want to give our energy to the newness, to new things, and take it away from the old things. So a couple of things that have happened for me. 2 times in the last week, I have gone to places to patronize them and couldn't get in because I don't have identification that says that I have any sort of medical things that would allow me into these spaces. And so that's the way I want to talk about it, that way. And I've been with that inside of myself, what it feels like to not be allowed into spaces because of not having some sort of verification, right, or identification that I can do that because of because they're implementing demands that people do this in order to participate in culture and society. And so I'm noticing how I feel about that. And like right now, as I'm saying it, I feel some emotion coming up. It feels like I want to cry a bit. And and then the first time that it happened, I just kind of was like, oh, it's happening. Okay. And then last night it happened. I wanted to go to a Korean spa and couldn't get in. And I was like, oh, and I was with somebody who actually did have their identification. And so then we had to have a conversation about yes, they're losing out on not having us there. So I had to have a conversation with this person about like that they have the identification that I don't. And they were completely soft and lovely with it. And I just sort of said to them, like I haven't taken a Tylenol in, 20 years. I don't know the last time I've done any of this kind of stuff. And so I don't know that I'm going to start going against my own um, way of being because of the culture is demanding it, right? And so that was that. And then I heard myself say, you can either feed the new world or you can feed the old world. The old world is over. It's dying and collapsing. It will cease to exist. It cannot be saved. So you can take your energy and try and keep something alive that is obviously dying, or you can put your energy, close that portal down, close it down, and know that it will not exist again for you. It will not. And open up what else is possible. What else is possible in this new direction? What else is possible? One of the things that I'm so aware of as a parent is that we don't know the world that our children are going to be adults in. So we really cannot prepare them for it. We cannot prepare. There's no way my parents could have prepared me for the world that I am in now as an adult. It's just not possible. It cannot, right? So I'm very aware that there is an uncertainty and I'm present to the uncertainty. And that is the age of Aquarius, y'all. Lord have mercy. The age of Aquarius is this foreign thing. It's uncertain. It forces us to detach from the old way of being. It forces us to look back no more, look back no more, and open into what else is possible, even though you don't know what else is possible. So the tendency is to try to force and make the old things happen and try to stay the same, right? Because you don't know where you're going. We've been following the trajectory of those that led before us, have shown us the way, but no one knows the way here. No one knows, right? So we have to get creative and we have to start asking, what will we be? What will we create? What else is possible? Sharon here on YouTube says, I start my morning with a simple gratitude prayer to God. Yes, I also have affirmations time to come up on my phone every morning. That's beautiful, Sharon. I feel like gratitude is the gift right now. So thank you, Sharon, for saying that. Gratitude is the gift right now because if I find myself getting frustrated about the changes, about things that are inevitable, the endings, and Pluto is moving through Capricorn. So we are ending this old system and it is trying to save its life. But if I can be grateful for all of the things that I experienced in that reality, I'm so grateful. I'm so blessed to have lived in a world where um, the systems were rigged against me and I still thrived. I'm so grateful to have lived in a world that was painted for me and donated to me and pushed down my throat. And I was able to go, like, this doesn't feel right. I'm so grateful that I could be awake enough to know this doesn't make sense, right? Like, wow, I'm so grateful that I could see the disparaging differences. I'm so grateful that I could experience, the possibilities of what else we could be. I'm so grateful that I understand that there's something else coming and that everything ends. I'm so grateful for all of these things because it is gratitude that will give us the energy to propel ourselves into the next reality. And the next reality is what is here, y'all. It is here, y'all, because this old one, like I said, is collapsing. And so we are in the first quarter phase of the moon. We are in Jupiter with Jupiter at the 23rd degree of Aquarius. So Jupiter is expansion and blessings and luck. Jupiter is faith and vision, right? So what do we need right now? Faith to walk through this uncertainty. We need the confidence and the understanding that we have faith. And what is faith? Faith is a real thing, right? Faith is holding a vision in your mind until it becomes real, until it becomes into this 3D reality. And it's important to remember that everything that is in the 3D reality came out of the invisible. So faith is a necessary thing to get something out of the unseen and into the seen reality. You have to freaking believe in yourself. You have to have faith. So when I needed to build my faith, I was like, I need to understand how this stuff works. Because when I was a Christian, it was just like, believe and it will. And it was Christian was this blind faith that didn't really work. But faith is not a blind thing. Faith is an actual science. If you understand the way we relate to light, how it moves through the psyche, how it penetrates our the mind, the heart, and the womb, the energy, the nervous system is actually a projector that projects a reality out. So you don't have to have blind faith. You have to understand how it works so that you can then take your own self through those steps. And that's why I use the moon. I feel like the moon is the easiest way to follow the natural cycles of creation, right? And so that's why I'm here doing this every day. But your faith is a real thing. So you want to have faith. You want to get a vision. What is your vision? What are you here for? Vision means that you need to understand your purpose. What is your purpose? What are you up to? So as we're moving more deeply into the age of Aquarius, just imagine that we're moving into terrain that we've never seen, our ancestors haven't seen. Innovative ways of being. The old is done, outdated. The old guard is attempting to keep their power. It's done. Don't even worry about it. They can't do it because the energy is dead. The energy is gone, right? So when something doesn't have energy, you cannot regurgitate it and give it more life. And so as the sun is in Scorpio, desire. So the challenging part of this is that will desire is powerful, right? So think about desire. When you're hungry, your body is desire is moving you to eat. When you have to use the bathroom, desire to release, like it's really powerful. It is compelling. When a baby is hungry and can't feed itself, it cries. The desire is really compelling, right? So Scorpio, desire is connected to our sexuality, is connected to our power, is connected to our energy. And so right now, while the sun is in Scorpio, we want to be looking in this from a new perspective of what else is possible. What else do I desire? What do I desire that I didn't even know that I desired? What can make my life better that I had never even considered was possible? That's that caterpillar into butterfly experience, right? The caterpillar doesn't even know what a butterfly is. The caterpillar doesn't know what a butterfly is, but it is going to become a butterfly. The butterfly doesn't know that it can fly, but it is going to leap off of a branch and then flap its and discover in action that it can fly. So here are the things that we are up to. And this is all feminine energy. It's about trusting. This is not masculine taskless fucking energy. This is an internal, surrendered, open-hearted, curious way of being. Like you've got to be as a child. Aquarius, the opposite of Aquarius is Leo. And in Leo, there is this childlike innocence. There's this willing to play, be curious, all of that kind of stuff. So the things that I'm talking about them, which is an external masculine function and tool, but everything I'm talking about is an internal feminine activity that happens inside of us. He said, it ain't even Sunday, I say, right? It's not Sunday, but let me tell you, it's always, I told you I sleep in front of my altar. I sleep in front of my altar, which I am asking the universe and my spirit guides to release me from my altar of sleeping because I am ready to move back into another space where I can fully be just sleep in a different way. So anyway, you all, where's the moon? The moon is in Aquarius, first quarter phase. Time to make a new choice, a new step. It's a fork in the road. So the fork in the road says, it's just simple, right? Asking, what else is possible? Well, what else? What is here that is possible that I don't see? What is available that I haven't considered yet? It's as simple as that, right? And do your best. Like I do my best when I ask these questions of what's possible, to be present, to not be like grabbing or forcing or desperate or anxious, to really be able to rest in the question, what else is possible? What else is possible? And then the universe will deliver what else is possible when we literally are present. Patience is to be present in the moment, to be fully present, because in the full presence, everything exists. All realities exist right here, right now. And so when we are fully present, then we can access through our frequency and our consciousness what is the next thing available. But you can't go get it. You can't, it's not like going to pick, oh, I got to go get my next cup of tea. It's not like that. It's an allowing, it's a becoming, it's a breathing, it's an expansion. Like I said, it's an internal feminine thing. All right, you all. I encourage you to book readings. New full moon readings are available, natal chart readings, private coaching. And soon I'm going to have on my link tree the Venus retrograde. So you guys can start booking Venus retrograde readings. This Venus retrograde is going to really be a real initiating power, initiating experience into our own power and our own integrity, our emotional integrity, because we've been giving so much power away. So this Venus energy in retrograde in Capricorn conjunct Pluto will be no joke. Just so you're clear, will be no joke. And it is time for us, especially the feminine, to change our relationship to the external reality, to change our relationship to money, to change our relationship to love and relating, right? This and really understanding that we in and of ourselves are enough, that we don't have to source our energy from others. We don't have to source our power, like women feeling like I need a man. I used to feel like this. I'm gonna speak for myself. I used to feel like I need a man in order to help pay the rent. I was paying the rent all the time myself, thinking I need a man to pay. What was that about? That's so ridiculous. Like, girl, you already paying the rent. Why you need somebody that can? But that was the conditioning. The conditioning would have me think that I needed somebody else to do it, overlooking my own power, my own capabilities, my own resource. So this retrograde in Venus is going to do that, especially for the feminine. So let's get ourselves ready. Let's get ourselves ready. The rituals, the things that we need. So when the energy comes in December, we are not crying the blues. When things start coming undone, we're like, okay, that's supposed to go. Thank you. That was a blessing. All right, you all. Peace and blessings. Have a wonderful morning. I love you. Bye bye. Okay, I think